All praises unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Wa Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect throughout the four corners of this whole entire earth, no matter where, whom they may be, or what they may look like, pushing out this purified truth to the rest of the church who believe as well. You men who may not be teachers or prophets, you women, sons and daughters as well. And the water to Yahweh Shai, because without him enduring and going to that cross for the nation of Israel and the nation of Israel alone, none of this would even be possible whatsoever. Okay? Let's jump to 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse 2. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. So we have to remember the Lord is going to always be faithful unto us. We just have to make sure that we are faithful to him, because see, in reality, knowing that the Lord is in control of everything, we have to hope and pray that the Lord keeps, dealing with us to a point that he doesn't forsake us. He doesn't reject us. We have to keep hope and make sure that we're doing what he wants us to do in obedience to the best of our ability. Guess what? We're going to fall short. We're going to have days or moments where we just feel not as, powered up in the spirit. And then other days you just feel great. You feel like the juggernaut. You feel like you can just go through anything and bear it, You have other days you feel like if you was to go through another form of affliction, you just gonna yell at the top of your lungs and just lose your mind. Okay? The Lord is faithful unto us. The Lord is going to keep us from evil, and we're coming into a very dark and evil time. Okay? Verse 4. And we have confidence in the Lord, touching you, that ye both do and will do the things which we command you. And the things that are commanded unto us are found within the Bible, the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Having confidence in the Lord, you are going to be kept from evil, because the Lord is faithful to those who are faithful unto him. Okay? And faith is not something that everyone has. Psalms chapter 22 and verse 9. But thou art he that took me out of the womb. Thou didst make me hope when I was upon my mother's breast. So brothers have this hope. We have this truth. We have faith, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has put that within us. And we have to remember, again, the Lord is faithful. Why would the Lord forsake us if we're being obedient to his word? The Lord is going to do what he said he was going to do. He is going to protect his elect. Everyone else on the outside of that, they're not going to receive that level of protection coming into the times that we're coming into. Man, it's going to be very, very dark. It's going to be very terrible. But the Lord is going to be faithful and merciful unto those who have been obedient unto him, because he put hope and faith in those men from the very beginning. Okay? And that's why brothers have to keep walking in this ministry with the mentality of knowing the Lord is guiding us. The Lord is protecting us. Okay? You can't fall from, that hope that was given to us. Let's jump to the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 2. Blessed then he whose conscience hath not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord. Remember, we've been given that hope all the way back when we were babies, man. In fact, we were given that hope before we were born. So you're blessed if you hold on to that hope and you don't let go, because now we're coming into a time where that hope that is within us is going to literally have to be used. It's going to have to be used, man. You got to polish it. You got to sharpen it. We have to polish it. We have to sharpen it. We have to make sure that it's on point, because it is going to be serious out here. Okay, at any given time, the lights go out. At any given time, martial law come, curfews come, The RFID MOTB is implemented, and it's going to be without warning. It's not going to be on TV and they tell you, a month from now, we are going to implement the RFID. That's not how it's going to happen. Okay? These things are going to happen suddenly. So the hope that is within us, we have to keep that sharpened, and we have to remember the Lord will not forsake us when sudden evil appears, and sudden evil will happen. Okay? Let's go to Romans 8. You can't lose your hope. Romans 8 and verse 24. For we are saved by hope. So it's important that we have this hope. That's why I just read that, it's blessed when you're conscious, it doesn't condemn you and you haven't fallen from hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. But that hope is not something that everybody has. That hope is given to the elect of the nation of Israel. Okay? For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? So we hope in things that we can't even necessarily see. We don't see how the Lord is going to deliver us. We don't see how the Lord is going to feed us. We don't see, what our future holds, so to speak, and we're not going to fortune tellers to find out. We're totally immersing ourselves within this ministry and putting our faith and our hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay? But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. So if you saw something, why would you hope for it? If you had $100 in your hand, you're not going to say, I sure hope I have $100 in my hand, But if you didn't have $100 and you had hope that you'd receive $100 for something you may need, well, you can't really physically see how that's going to happen. And you may be going through a tough month, right? But, next thing you know, voila, somehow you received that money you needed to take care of what you needed to take care of. And based off the hope that was within you, the Lord made it happen. Okay? Whether you had to ask for it, whatever the case may be, the Lord made it happen. Okay? So hope is important. You can't lose hope. Hold on to that hope. That's what we have to be in bondage to. Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah chapter 9 and verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. So we are prisoners of hope. Being in this ministry, you're not imprisoned to the lies and the philosophies of this world, but we are prisoners of Yahushai. We are prisoners of hope. That's something we have to be basically locked down with. We have to be locked down in this truth. We have to be locked down in faith and in hope. We have to be locked down in our belief. We have to be grounded. We have to be just totally determined that this ministry, this gospel is the way. Okay? And that takes hope. It takes faith. All right? And that's highly important. And yes, being in this truth, it is faith-based, because not every single thing, in fact, most things cannot be proven in a tangible or carnal manner. The Spirit literally has to be flowing through you to work through you. The Spirit of the Lord, the Spirit of Yahweh and Yahushai. We're going to be saved by hope. And we have to hold on to that hope until the very, very end. If we don't, we're not going to make it. Okay? Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. So you have to endure. We have to endure in order for us to be saved. So we're not saved yet, but the hope that is within us, we have to hold on to that hope and keep it until the very end, because it will get dark. It will get very dark out here. Okay, there is a famine coming. There will be a lack of food, a lack of water. There will be a lack of resources. And it will be a time where the only thing you can really, the only thing that you'll really have in your possession is your faith and your hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Because if you were prepping, which there's nothing wrong with that, not prepping on a manner of, freaking out and being bugged out like the people of this world, but you store food, you store water and different things like that. Nothing wrong with that. But if all hell breaks loose and you're not around those things, you can't put your faith and your confidence into the things that you had set aside, and now you're freaking out. You lose hope because now it's like, man, I'm not even with my food. I'm not with my water. Somebody else is going to have my stuff now. What am I going to do? And you instantly lose hope. Look, the Lord is going to be with us. The Lord is going to rock with us. And we have to look forward to how the Lord is going to rock with us, how the Lord is going to deliver us. Okay? Because it will be a very dark time to where a lot of people, they just going to become atheists overnight. They're going to curse the Most High. They're going to act like they never believed because they're going through a tough time and their hope and their faith has left them. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 18 and verse 8. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? So Yahushua knows that in these times to come, times are going to get so hard, many people are going to lose faith. Many people. But he is going to find faith on the earth. He's going to find faith through the elect of the nation of Israel. He's going to find hope within the elect of the nation of Israel because it's been put in them from the very beginning. Okay? And anyone not having faith, they're not going to be delivered because, in fact, to not have faith is actually a sin, according to the book of Romans 14. Okay? So we have to be, in the belief of, regardless of what happens, the Lord has us. The Lord ain't going to, forsake us. The Lord's not going to reject us if we've been obedient. And that's also why we do this work, so that we can be confident and hope that the Lord does deliver us, although we're not saved by works alone. But the faith will have you doing the work. Okay? Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra. Chapter 15. Okay, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 3. Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So all the non-believers who are unfaithful, they are going to die in their unfaithfulness. That's how important it is to have faith. If you don't have faith, you will die. Let's go to Romans 14. I already brought it up, so let's just bring it out. Romans chapter 14 and verse 22. Hast thou faith? Have it to thyself before the power. Happy is he that condemneth not himself in a thing which he alloweth. So, hope and faith keeps us from being condemned in the mind, because once you become condemned in the mind, hey, you become, pretty much open to a bunch of demons hopping on you, man. Having you feeling like maybe you're wasting your time. Maybe the Lord ain't gonna, deliver you in the first place. So why keep going? Why not just throw in the towel? Okay, you gotta have faith and hope that the Lord's gonna deliver you, that the Lord's gonna save you. Okay? And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith. For whatsoever is not of faith is sin. So not having faith is a sin. So anyone who is not going to be found faithful in these times to come, they are going to die in their sins, because you are condemned if you don't have faith or hope. Okay? That's why we have to keep things in mind such as that, man. It's easy to bring out these lessons and say what you're about, but when you're actually tested and going through the fire, then you see what you're really made of. Let's end it with this here, okay? Second Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua Mashiach. No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. So remember, we've been called to be a soldier. You know, we're prisoners of hope. We're prisoners of Yahushua. And part of being a prisoner within this ministry is you have to be a soldier. You have to be willing to endure, go through hardships. You know, you have to be willing to set aside your own personal feelings on how you would normally handle things and, you know, really look at things in a spiritual manner. And that's something you have to work up to. Okay? We have to keep our hope and our faith in this ministry. All praises, all thanks and praises unto our power, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham Warak HaKodash. Until my next lesson, Lord willing, Shalom.